I've been the type of girl who has worn makeup every single day of my whole entire life. I loved putting on makeup. I think I was one of the first girls in my class to start wearing mascara to class. And I remember even getting in trouble because elementary school students were not allowed to wear mascara. Over the years, I just loved the idea of femininity, of doing your makeup, of doing your nails, of having long, beautiful hair. I was a spokesmodel for extension companies. I started doing competitive bodybuilding because I just loved that perfect bikini body look, and I did really, really well in that, and I absolutely loved the lifestyle. For so much of my 20s, I was doing photo shoots every single weekend, sometimes multiple times a week, at least every month throughout the whole entire year. So that means over 12 professional photo shoots every single year for years on end. It was so fun to shoot with so many amazing photographers, to work all over LA, and to just really be in this influencer Hollywood aesthetic culture. Whenever I talk about these things in my story in particular, people think that I'm tending to hate on people who are modeling, doing bikini bodybuilding, getting their nails done, or doing any of the things that I'm talking about. I'm definitely not hating on those things. I used to do Botox, I used to do filler, I used to get my lashes done every 2 weeks, and these things were priorities and values in my life. So you might be wondering how I went from that type of lifestyle to looking the way that I do now, which is so incredibly natural. I don't wear any makeup. I don't spend any time on my appearance. My nails are completely bare. And some people might say I got ugly. Some people actually said this to me and said that I'm getting less and less hot, less and less attractive. I'm getting more and more ugly, and asked, "What's wrong with you? Are you getting depressed? What is happening?" But the truth is that I wasn't getting depressed. I was realizing how depressed I had been in the past, and I was getting more and more happier. And the happier that I was with myself, the less external things that I needed in order to feel happy. I didn't even mourn no longer getting my nails done, even though this is something that has been a part of my self-care and my self-maintenance routine throughout my whole entire life. I started to understand the difference between self-care and self-maintenance. And now my self-care and self-maintenance activities include a lot more things that give my soul deep fulfillment. Instead of spending time doing my makeup every single morning, I spend time making sure that I feel beautiful on a soul level and in every single cell of my body. Some people say, well, couldn't you do both? Couldn't you live this lifestyle that you absolutely love and also get your nails done and your hair done and all of that? And yes, that is true, but that just isn't me. The older I got, the more I realized how valuable my time was. 2 hours of my time, I could write incredible poetry. I could make such beautiful art. I could have the most beautiful and incredible meditation. So to spend 2 hours of my time getting my lashes done or getting my nails done or whatever it was, it felt like I was moving backwards in my spiritual journey as opposed to moving forwards. I would spend that time sitting at the salon, honestly feeling really not good about myself, even though I looked better in my eyes and more socially acceptable. I also realized through all of this awareness that so much of femininity and so much of what is expected of women in our society has to do with getting ready every single day and looking appeasable, looking attractive in the eyes of a man. The more I decentered men and masculinity from my life, and I started to center my own values and my own ideas about what it is to be myself and what it is to be a woman, the more I realized that I don't actually think that things like shaving your legs are necessary in being attractive. I realized that the women that I'm most attracted to are women that are actually heavier bodies and are soft, and their bodies move as they dance and jiggle, and it's so beautiful to watch. I realize that the qualities that I'm attracted to in men and in people in general are not always the qualities that society deems acceptable. I really value people who can talk about deep topics, who are really, really passionate, who are doing things that are maybe a little bit unusual. So the more I dressed up as my old self, the more I felt like I was cosplaying as a woman or as this expected version of a woman that was not actually my true self. The more that I stopped cosplaying and started dressing up as my true self, as my higher self, the more feminine I actually felt. I used to have so much insecurity about sharing these parts of my journeys because I used to think that being an influencer meant overconsumption, hyper-femininity, and constantly wearing outfits that have never been seen before, but that doesn't really align with me. What aligns more with me is wearing things that are cozy and comfortable for me, maybe vintage or thrifted items or items that I've had for even 10 years. Like, I love the things that I've kept in amazing quality for over 10 years. That's what makes me feel so empowered and like my best self. I think that those really are the things that embody the qualities of being a woman, embody the ability to nurture, right? I nurtured these items and they lasted me for so long, and I enjoy them so deeply. So through this whole process of deconditioning all of these ideas, I've realized that I don't like that clean girl aesthetic at all. I like the cozy aesthetic. I like the lived-in aesthetic. I like looking at someone's face and seeing their wrinkles because I can see all the years in their life that they've spent laughing or crying or having such passionate emotions. I like seeing people's sun damage across their noses and knowing that they had such incredible times out in nature, like maybe at the beach or the desert or just hiking or skiing or doing whatever they were doing. I've noticed that the more authenticity and realness that I can see around me, the more vibrant my life is. So I choose to be that way as well, instead of covering up all of my authenticity and the brilliance of what makes us human. So yes, I do own concealer for special occasions because I have this red popped blood vessel situation that just will not go away. I've even gone to the doctor about it, so sometimes I cover that up for photos or something like that. But I really am dedicated to living this lifestyle that's maybe a little bit different, maybe even opposite from the clean girl aesthetic. I want you to know that if what is trending right now, the gray, beige lifestyle, the Pinterest perfectly organized, clean life that you're seeing online, if that's not resonating with you, that's completely okay. Growing up, people used to call me Messy Marissa, and now that's a name that I've actually owned for myself because I love being messy sometimes. The messier that we allow ourselves to get with our mind and emotions and even with our things in our space, the more clarity and organization that we can feel in the long run. So give yourself the permission to be different, to be messy in a clean, orderly world, to be dirty where everyone is talking about how clean things are. It is perfectly okay to blaze your own path and to be your own flavor of weird. That is what the world really, really needs. Not people that are just exact cookie cutter versions of other people that already exist, but people who are uniquely embodying their own authentic energy. Every single person on this planet came here with their own authentic energy, our own soul blueprint, things that we're gonna be challenged by, struggle with, things that we're gonna accomplish in this lifetime, and you owe it to yourself and owe it to everyone here to be fully that.